God of War Ragnarok is finally out, and let's be honest, we all know you went to IGN and already seen your review. It's fine, we're fine being the other channel. But since you already know the game is amazing, why waste a review? I say we talk about it. Is it better than God of War 2018?
So we waited on this game for like 4 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
It finally came out. When we seen the trailer, which I mean, with the first game, they set the bar. Everything was amazing. We seen the trailer. It was like, oh, that's Thor. You know, seen the hammer. That was all we seen. Then the trailer comes out. We see Thor. We're all disappointed.
Big Chris Hemsworth fan?
I mean,
you just got expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought they were going to be a knockoff. It'd be a knockoff model.
Yeah. I don't know. I like him. Anyway, go ahead.
Fun game finally comes out. I sent Rayleigh to bed early. I told Steph she couldn't cook. Had the night free.
You start a fight just so you can play God of War?
Yeah. Had the next day off work too.
So was it worth it?
Yeah, so far, yes. Now, I haven't beat it all the way.
Yeah.
I am playing on Give Me God of War mode, just so Zach can keep up. We were supposed to do a review today, but I didn't feel comfortable doing a review because I haven't beat it yet.
I haven't beat it completely either because, I mean, it's only been 3 days. We don't get an early copy. Yeah. And it is a huge game.
I don't want to rush it. I don't want to speed through it just to put a review
Don't want to rush it. You've got 22 hours into the game. I mean, that's quite a bit for just a few days. Yeah. It's almost an 8-hour work week, plus you're working. But let's tell them why that it was worth starting a fight.
I mean, it's God of War Ragnarok, Zach.
Yeah, I know, but let's jump into it. Let's start with...
Let's start with this. If you haven't played the first one, go play it. Don't watch a video, don't watch whatever, just go play the game.
But yeah, that actually, I didn't even think to say that, but that is a really good point. This is a continuation. Like, It picks right up.
And like, they have I know, like, when you first start, there's like a backstory you can do. Mm-hmm. It doesn't tell you everything.
I was a little disappointed in the God of War recap thing. I thought it was going to give me a lot more. I've played the game multiple times, the first one, and the parts that it showed didn't even feel like the main aspects of the game.
Yeah, so it didn't really do a good job. So I definitely play that first, then play this one.
Yeah,
and I wouldn't even watch YouTube. I would play the game, and then because
it's worth it. I mean, it's not dated.
No, it's
not dated at all.
Still holds up, even with the new one out. It still holds up.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to reserve all judgment on story till I beat it. I'm not going to say anything about story because I have no idea.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about story anyway. Yeah. I will say that I am more invested in this one so far, but it doesn't feel like a first game and a second game. It feels like one continuation.
Yes, it does.
It's not even like a Harry Potter year 1 to year 2 kind of thing. It just feels like we're on the same journey.
That's a good point, yeah.
The other thing I want to say is graphics. I don't think that we really even need to compare graphics because even though there's 4 years in between, this one still has a last-gen version. And even the next-gen version, even though it's beautiful, the last game was beautiful also. So it wouldn't even be fair to compare them. Even if we do compare them, they're not that much different. They both look really good.
They both look really good, but it is better.
Oh, yeah. The graphics are better for this one, but it's 4 years newer, so that's why I was saying we shouldn't compare it. It's the same art style, it's just 4 years of newer technology. So, I mean, by default, the new one wins.
I did like the music. I'm going to give music 2018. The music in the older game was better than the Ragnarok.
I liked both. I will say this, however, I had a glitch where my music quit working, and I restarted my game and it didn't fix it, and I actually had to completely power down the PlayStation, like turn it off, not just standby mode, to get my sound to come back. Yeah, it would still play all voice, but there was no background music and no footsteps or anything. It was very odd. I looked it up. It's a common problem, evidently, but I'm sure they'll fix that. But you don't realize how important that stuff is until you're walking through snow and there's no noise at all.
Yeah, it's weird.
I was like checking my speakers and stuff. I thought I blew speakers.
Music's still good, but there's like some areas where it just don't match up.
I never noticed it. And I think that sometimes that's the mark of quality music. It's just, it enhances the atmosphere. And here it's just more like a folky kind of rustic sort of acoustic thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know how to explain it, but to me that felt right. And the music felt right. I really enjoyed it.
This game did the same thing the first one did. It definitely sucked me in, so I'm like intrigued to know where the story goes.
It's following the same exact formula, and I don't mean that negatively. I mean, like, you start with a hard, like, pull you in battle right after some like emotional training in the woods, and like it's the same kind of thing. And I would say like the biggest differences between this one and that one, other than story, because obviously the story's two different things, but the biggest difference is gameplay, and you would think the gameplay would be exactly the same, but it's like
similar.
Yeah, it is similar, but it's how they've adjusted gameplay. It's much more streamlined when it comes to like your abilities and your gear and stuff like that. And then the other thing is the enemies themselves that you fight. That was my biggest complaint with God of War 2018, was like the boss fights. There were not actual, I mean, there were a couple bosses, but other than that, it was like the same reskinned troll 8 times.
Yeah.
And so far through God of War, every fight has felt pretty fresh. I'm loving it.
The blue ring I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That changed everything. That's cool. Like that yellow circle, which you can parry, red one you can't. Blue one you can, but you have to double tap it. I can see other games adopting that in some other form.
Yeah, it's a simple little addition to the combat system. The game knows what it is.
Yeah.
And it just dives right into that. It completely hooks you in with story. It doesn't try to break the mold with gameplay. It just nails its gameplay.
Yeah.
And it's amazingly written is the biggest thing. I mean, this is a story game. We're comparing it to its old self, the fourth iteration of God of War, which, by the way, between God of War 3 and God of War 4, that might be the biggest difference in a gaming franchise I've ever seen.
Yeah.
God of War Ragnarok and God of War 2018 is closer to The Last of Us than it is God of War 3, in my opinion. Like, that's its own kind of game now.
Yeah.
It's like Sony, Santa Monica, and Naughty Dog, and then every other single-player game.
They've definitely set us up apart, just like The Last of Us did.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the same kind of thing. It has really great gameplay.
Yeah.
But it's not something insane. It's just a third-person, over-the-shoulder, really fun and addictive gameplay with an amazing, amazing story that pulls you in. And it's the same kind. I mean, it's a father-child kind of story.
Some complaints. I mean, this game is amazing. I love everything about it. There are some complaints.
Go ahead.
What do you think about the voice acting?
I don't know how this is going to be a complaint, and I think the voice acting is amazing.
Really? Everyone?
Yeah, everyone.
I mean, Kratos, really good.
Yeah, obviously.
Atreus, good. Mimir's awesome. He's the same guy.
Yeah.
Dwarves are awesome. Odin, though. Odin? Did you hear Odin?
Yeah.
Nothing.
I thought it was a good job.
You thought it was a really good job?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He sounds like a gang leader.
I don't know what a gang leader sounds like.
Because you've never been to jail.
Okay. Thank you? I don't know.
People talk like that all the time.
He sounded like a bad guy to me. I don't know. He did a really good job. He played his role. I didn't like him right from the beginning, and I think that's what you're supposed to do. I didn't like the way he looked. He looked like a old man with a too big of a coat.
He looked like a pimp. I don't know, just like the immersion, because like everyone else is talking, they got like a Greek or whatever accent. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even pay attention to it that much. I guess it didn't bother me. I'll tell you what I did notice about the voice acting, specifically Atreus. Him when he would just have conversations with himself is the funniest crap I've ever listened to.
Yeah.
He would literally be like arguing with himself as his dad, and he'll impersonate him, and he'll be like, "Oh, he's kind of got a good point." Like it was cracking me up. I mean, that's basically the entirety of the game. You know, all the categories that you could think of. So, tell me what you think so far overall. I know you said you haven't played it all the way through, but so far, what do you think of this game? Your midway impressions, and do you like it better than 2018?
I don't know if it's better in 2018 or not.
That's the whole title of the video, Randy. You got to answer it.
I'm not gonna answer. You can answer it. I don't know.
I guess this was clickbait.
I don't want to say it is, and then be wrong, because the story ends up sucking, you know?
Yeah.
Because it is a very heavily story-focused game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm going to just try to guess the future here. My guess is that it is better in 2018, because they took the 2018 formula and just enhanced it. They added a little bit more combat mechanics. They made it bigger. There's more realms to visit. So, I mean, it's the same game, just a true sequel.
Yep.
Because you can do more things, there's more to explore, it's just bigger.
Yep,
like,
and the more you talk, the more you step onto everything I was about to say. Congratulations.
Well, it's like Dark Souls 3 to Elden Ring, God of War to Ragnarok.
I don't know, I don't agree with that.
Really?
No, I don't agree with that, but I do agree with it. Literally has taken everything that God of War 2018 has done and it just enhanced it.
Yeah.
It really, like, it is, like I said earlier, it's just a continuation. It doesn't even feel like another game. It feels like just you keep playing that game, everything got a little bit better.
You know what, though? They found the winning formula with 2018,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to make a bunch of games just like that.
I'm fine with that.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I do expect this to be a trilogy, at least, and I am 100% fine with it because they have nailed it.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally just struck gold, and then they polished the hell out of that gold, and it is shining.
Yeah.
I love everything about this game so far. I'm completely hooked on it to the point where my wife is playing it with me. We have a separate save file for when she can't watch that I play ahead. And then we go back and we're playing together because she watched 2018 also.
Yeah.
So basically, to sum up, this game is amazing. Like, we'll do a Game of the Year video probably in a month or so, and this is going to be on the short list. And
We'll probably do another video on it too, like when we finish it.
like an actual
Deep dive.
Yeah, deep dive. We'll have to because there's so much that we want to talk about. Probably one with like a spoiler warning so that we can actually talk about it. Because when you play games like this, that you need to talk to somebody about it because I mean that's the whole point.
Yeah.
Like I know there's single player games, but you also want to like share your thoughts and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like the whole reason there's forums and stuff like that.
This means Zach's biggest debate on every video.
Oh my gosh, you should see our Facebook Messenger threads. We just argue with each other. But anyway,
he's anti-spoiler. I'm pro-spoiler.
yeah, I hate. Oh god, that's a completely different debate. But Randy will spoil like 20-year-old games. I'll be like, dude, stop. Like even if I know what happens, like I'm like, just don't. So that's basically everything. I say we just go ahead and wrap it up, Randy.
If you've made it this far, I do want to thank you. I doubt anyone did, but if you did, I'm going to place another video right here. I'll let Zach pick out later.
I'll pick it right now. It's Elden Ring. Watch it.
You already know, my name is Randy. This is Zach. We are Amateur Game Review. If you want to support us, to watch that video, like, comment, subscribe. It does help the algorithm.
Yes.
Algorithms. Deuces.